Hey, Gladys. Do me a favor. Double check these figures on the condiment bar for me, will you? Huh. Yeah, look at this. The French dressing is doing particularly well this week. It's about time. Yeah. All right. Well, what we'll do is, I'll go ahead. If you don't mind, I'm gonna put this over here. Yeah. Normally, I do most of the books back in the office, but sometimes, after hours, I like to come on out into the bar area, maybe grab a booth, and do the books out here. Keep an eye on the folks cleaning up. Yeah. Have you guys closed up the back door yet? Do me a favor, hold on a second here. I think I can pull up the security camera. Let's see. Nah, I'm getting a black screen, Mabel. It's a black screen. I got nothing. Do me a favor. Go back and check. Oh, no, it's coming through. I got it. I got a clean feed. Yeah. 7. Okay. Yeah, this makes sense. You see, now it balances out. Before, when I was doing it, I'm not sure what I was dividing by, but it sure as hell wasn't 7. That much I do know. All right. We're closed. We're closed for the night. We'll be back open again tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Apparently, last week, I had too many tabs open on the computer. So many taskbars. I had the Lyco search, the search monkey, the lemur search. All these taskbars open, and the area that was available on the screen was very small. I had no idea that we were streaming live last week, but this week it's been brought to my attention that we actually had a pretty good turnout on the stream, so we decided to do it again. So if you don't mind, I'm going to take care of a couple things. If you have any issues, any questions, you can go ahead and call the payphone. As far as I know, it is operating because earlier we had a patron. What was his name? What was the guy? Gary, I'm told. His name is Gary. He was on the payphone for about 2.5 hours, just kept plugging coins into the machine. Apparently his best gal moved to the coast. He doesn't have a phone back at his place, so he's been using the one at Whizzbangs. had to put that to an end. I said, we're closing. You got to get out. You can call it tomorrow. Hey, look at that. Payphone's ringing. Let's see here. Hey, thanks for calling Whizzbangs, where the fun never ends and the party's never ending. This is Big speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, Mr. Biggs. My name is Jimb.
Hi, Jimb.
Jimb.
Jimb. Jimb.
Yeah, Jimb.
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 It's Jimb.
Hi, Jimb.
Yeah, my name's Jimb. How come you don't tin bar anymore? Like you used to tin bar there.
Well, number one, I am not very good at it. I don't like to admit it, but I had a few complaints. I like to think that what I lack in flair and what do you call it? Skill, I make up for in personality. But apparently some of the patrons complained about watered down drinks.
Well, who's the guy that does it now? Because, like...
Roscoe!
I don't... It seems like he never... It seems like he just ignores me. He's never... He like, I don't know. He just favors everyone else over me.
Hold on a second.
Like I'm just standing there
hey, Jim,
forever.
Jim, hold on a second.
Yeah. Hello.
Roscoe!
Hello. Okay.
Roscoe! Have you been ignoring people at the bar?
Tell him it's Jimb.
Oh, I distracted him. Oh, jeez. I just... you had a little whoopsie-doo there. Clean that up, Roscoe. He is not very good at his job. I got to admit. I'll tell you.
He serves everyone else. He just ignores me.
Have you made it clear that you had a drink order? Here's a tip I got for you. When you approach the bar, try having a 20 between your index finger and middle finger, kind of jutting up a little bit. I'm not saying you give it to them, but you have it there between your fingers, and you kind of tap your fingers on the table like this. Here, let me...
I'm not that outgoing, though. I'm kind of a shut-in, and...
Okay.
Like, I don't know. It just seems like he favors everyone else over me. He serves everyone else first.
You're saying that
I'm usually behind...
You're not outgoing enough to be able to tap your fingers on the table with a bill between the fingers.
I'm kind of timid. It's Jimb.
Yeah. Tim.
Jimb.
Jimb.
Yeah.
That isn't...
I don't know. If you could
just... Is that Irish? What is that?
Oh, no. It's American. I was born in Connecticut. But if you could just tell Roscoe to, like, you know, pay more attention to Jimb. Because you always did. You always served me like normal.
Like normal? That is the best compliment that I've ever had at my behind the bar work. He calls it normal. Yeah. I'll tell you what. When we're done, I'll have a sit down talk with Roscoe in one of the booths, and I'll talk to him about his customer service etiquette.
If you could reprimand him, I would appreciate it.
I don't think a reprimand is in order. Hey, Roscoe! Not now! I'm talking on the phone. Can you vacuum later? Oh, he can't even hear me. Damn it. All right, I'll have a talk with them. I'll see what I can do. I can't make any guarantees. I'm gonna have to ask you to be a little bit more assertive. In a bar environment, there's lots of people looking for drinks, and you gotta get right up in there. You gotta get up in there.
I'll try to. I'll try to. Do you remember me? Like, you used to call me Scooter. And I mean,
I gotta be honest.
like
with
I
you.
always.
Hey, Jim. I called just about everybody Scooter. I had a rotating roster of names. I had Scooter, I had Chief, I had Captain, and I had, hey there, how you doing, cowboy? So, don't take it personally. It was not a name specifically for you.
Well, you never called me cowboy. It seemed like it was always Scooter.
What day of the week would you usually come in?
Thursdays and, I think just Thursdays. Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
When you were there.
I usually used Scooter on Sunday nights.
Weird.
Yeah.
I have to go.
Hey, thanks for calling Whizzbangs, where the fun never ends and the party's never ending.
Thanks for helping. Thanks for agreeing to reprimand Roscoe.
Yeah, you're welcome. I think reprimand is a strong word. I don't know if I'm gonna actually do that, but we'll see. Yeah. Hey, do me a favor. I want you to take all the chairs and put them back up on the bar again, because I'm gonna need that floor wiped down again, because I can see some smears on the floor. Yeah. You know, I was recording the podcast the other day. I don't know if you people on the stream know about the podcast. We got a podcast that my friend Roger Stenson and I do. It's called Stick It. Specifically, it's called Stick It with Mr. Biggs. And I had a little whoopsie-doo during the podcast, I mean. And I burned my finger. Hey, thanks for calling Whizzbangs, where the fun never ends and the party's never ending. This is Big speaking. How can I help you?
Biggs, hi, this is Zilla. How you doing?
Yeah, I can't complain. I mean, I could. I won't. I mean, I can. If you do, you want me to complain?
I'm actually thinking I'm about to give you something to complain about.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, I now just let's start things off by saying I'm not a tattletale here. I don't really like being that guy, but as you know, I'm a big fan of the work you do at Whizzbangs. I'm always there for karaoke night.
Yeah.
And, I have a good time. And I feel strongly about supporting you and everything you do.
Thank you.
Which is why I have to report that I didn't go to Stuart Anderson's, but somebody who did mentioned that they bought a drink there. And now I'm not going to say it was a whiz-banger, but it was very close. It had tomato juice and LaRose cinnamon schnapps and fresh clam juice.
Damn it, all the hell. What the hell? First they one-up me on the appetizer menu, and now this. Now what are they calling this drink? What is it?
They're calling it a cinnamon banger.
Oh, hell no. I won't. No way. This will not stand. Cinnamon banger? Yeah.
And now this is just what I heard. But they apparently were garnishing it with edible glitter as well. I'm guessing maybe that's the.
Yeah, they're not using Goldschlager. They're using glitter.
Right.
Now you see,
probably what I was thinking.
The thing about edible glitter is that it is actually a sucrose-based cake decorating thing, and when you put it in a drink, it is going to dissolve, and the effect is going to be lost. When you use Goldschlager, and you may not realize this. A lot of people don't realize this, but Goldschlager has actual flecks of real gold in it. I'm talking real gold.
That's real gold?
Yeah, no, it's totally real gold, and the beauty of it is that
Oh my goodness.
it's completely inert and it is edible. Most people don't eat it because
What?
gold is expensive, but the gold flake they put in Goldschlager is so thin. When it comes down to it, you're eating about 2 or 3 cents worth of gold in a bottle of Goldschlager. Wow. But yeah, the visual effect is striking, and the fact that they're using edible glitter, I find laughable, insulting, and yet actionable. I'm going to make a note of this. Hold on a second here. I'm going to write this down. You said, which location of Stuart Anderson's did you go to?
I believe it's the one up north.
Okay.
The northern location.
Northern location.
You know the one you head up. It's like the third or fourth exit when you're heading north.
You see, now the Stuart Andersons, that franchise, they're locally owned. I don't know who owns that location. I'm curious. I'm going to have to look that up in the franchise restaurateur and bar entertainment guide, and I will find out. And I'm going to have a strongly worded letter for that proprietor. That much I can guarantee. Hey, Zilla. Thank you for calling. I really appreciate it. That most people would be afraid to tattle on another adult man like that, but not you. You had no problem putting your pride aside and saying, "I'm going to run and tattle on this guy." And I thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, when you put it like that, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. I really thank you. I am gonna have a strongly worded letter with several choice words in it. Yeah.
So yeah, and as long as we're here, as long as you're grateful that I'm giving this information.
Hey, Zilla, hold on a second here. Hold on a second.
Sure.
Gladys, do me a favor. Go back in the kitchen and tell them to quiet the hell down. I can hear them all the way out here in the main room. I don't know. They're yelling about something. I don't know. I heard something about a chafing dish or some ramekin. There was a ramekin incident of some kind. Thank you. All right. What were you saying, Zilla?
Oh, your mayonnaise is awesome, and I wouldn't be surprised to find out that that's where Stuart Anderson got their new banger sauce as well.
Say what? They're doing mayo stirred as well?
When they serve wings.
Mayo stirred? Mm-hmm. They're calling it what sauce?
Yeah. Banger sauce.
Banger sauce. I'm going to need a sample of that. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a sandwich-sized Ziploc bag, and I want you to go on a reconnaissance mission to Stuart Anderson's Black Angus, and I want you to ask for a side of their counterfeit mayo stirred. Give me a baggie of that. Put that down your shorts, and bring that on by. Mm-hmm. Just hand it to Gladys, and she'll make sure that I get that. We're going to have to run some bench tests. Maybe get some litmus paper out and see what the acidity level of that stuff is.
All right.
I've got a long weekend ahead of me. Putting out fires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that certainly gives me something to use this false mustache with. I can use that to disguise myself.
All right. Well, make sure you don't use it at Whizzbangs. I do not care for them, as you well know.
I know. This is my second one. You confiscated my first one when I was 19. So. Yeah.
Well, them's the breaks. That's how the cookie falls apart.
We grow older, we grow wiser. And besides, the new one I got fits over my current mustache. So, it's better. It's better false mustache.
I do not understand what that means. Yeah. Oh, that is good. Yeah. Thanks.
Of course. Hey, I'll let you get back to work, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, you have a nice evening. And thank you for calling Whizzbangs, where the fun never ends and the party's never ending.
Absolutely. I'll come to you soon with sauce in my pants. Bye-bye.
Bye. Now, how much are we spending on mustard this month? Because the mayonnaise bill, if you hold on a second here, if I take these figures, put them over here. Huh. I am losing money on this. This is not working out. The books are not balancing. Interesting. Wipe it all down. Wipe it all down again. He does good work. Hey Roscoe, when you're done wiping that area, take all of those chairs on the bar and I want them back down evenly. I want to be able to look down the row of chairs and be able to see a straight line of chair backs. You know how I like it. Yeah. All right, folks, I'm going to have to ask a favor here. I have to go potty. I have to go wee. I'm not sure. Should I take the microphone with me to go wee? That doesn't seem right. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And I will be back momentarily with more closing time from Whizzbangs. Yeah. Got two things that need to be stuck. If you tried to use epoxy but you had no luck, how do you stick 'em? I'll tell you how. Stick it with Mr. Biggs.
Stick it with Mr. Biggs. Go to AskMrBiggs.com.
Stick it.
Tapes and glues. Tune in to the podcast with Mr. Biggs and Roger and the breaking news. We got the solutions on our podcast feed. Talking about adhesives and what you need to succeed with your glue-ups, gluing stuff to other things, and what to squirt in between and junk like that. If you got two things that need adhesed, don't try to clamp it all together held between your knees. How do you stick 'em? I'll tell you how. Stick it.
Stick it.
With Mr. Biggs.
Go to AskMrBiggs.com.
When I had a heart attack, Sentinella Hospital Medical Center helped save my life. Their winning team of doctors and surgeons are a home run, and they've helped keep me healthy. I've given my name and support to the Tommy Lasorda Heart Institute because I have faith in Sentinella's ability to help others just like they've helped me. The Tommy Lasorda Heart Institute at Sentinella Hospital Medical Center, a member of Prime Healthcare.
Everybody, my bobbleheads is still available at the Pure Dollar Store, which is called Discount Dollar Store on 890 Victoria Road, Sydney, Nova Scotia. Everybody, come down to buy my bobblehead at the Pure Dollar Store. It's called Discount Dollar Store. My bobbleheads are still available at the Pure Dollar Store. I still have quite a bit of my bobbleheads left. Everybody, come down to the Pure Dollar Store, 890 Victoria Road, when you're in Pure, Nova Scotia, to buy my bobblehead. And my bobblehead is still on sale at the Discount Dollar Store, which is located on 890 Victoria Road, Wentney, Pure, Nova Scotia. Everybody, come down to Pure Dollar Store to buy my bobblehead. It's still on sale. Please come down to the Pure Dollar Store to buy my bobblehead. It's still available at the Pure Dollar Store. I'm Frankie McDonald.
How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Listen, we're gonna need the grease trap cleaned out, and if you could, there's the catch basin around the griddle. It's got some solidified goo in it. If you could just go ahead and scrape that. Don't mind me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Closing Time with Mr. Biggs. Live from Whizzbangs. Oh, damn it. Oh, I screwed up. I gotta start over again. I should not try to add simple two-digit numbers while talking. Yeah, it does, no, I gotta start over again. I'll tell you what, I'll put this aside for the time being. Put that over there. All right, a little bit earlier, I was telling you that, we just recorded a new podcast called Stick It with Mr. Biggs, and, I had a little whoopsie-do during the show. I don't want to give too much away, but I will say this, I am working with only 2.5 functioning digits right now. Yeah, I'm playing injured. Otherwise, I'd be grabbing that rag and wiping down the tables myself. But I don't want to get an infection, you see? Because when you've got open sores, it is unwise to be working in a food service industry and grabbing moist towels, lots of bacteria in there. We clean those, don't get me wrong. I mean, the towels are cleaned at least every other week. Give them a nice warm soak in a bucket for at least 20 minutes. So, forgive me. No, we're closed. We are closed. Have you... Hey, Roscoe, turn on the closed sign. You'd think that people would check the website and see the hours. But no, they still try to come in. Could you do me a favor? Grab some of the scotch over there and pour me a glass, will you? Because we're getting to the point where I think it's best if I start getting a little bit liquored up. Because there is not a lot going on here at Whizzbangs After Hours. Yeah. It's hard supervising, making sure that, all of the inventory is done properly, making sure all the plates are stacked, the ramekins are in good order and without residue. The canned tomatoes are all in a row, perfectly stacked. Making sure all the bars are wiped down and the chairs are in good functioning order. You'll be happy to know, those of you who have been to Whizzbangs the past 2 weeks, that the chair on the far left of the bar, the foot bar on the stool has been repaired. It is no longer loose. I had a Phillips screwdriver. I got down there on my knees, and I was disappointed to see that it was in fact a flathead screw. So I had to get up off of my knees and walk on over to the toolbox, grab a flathead, and I went back over to the chair. Got down on my knees, and I tightened up that screw. Tightened it up real good. Yeah, I'm just hanging up on people now. When people call on the payphone because we're closed, I am just hanging up on them. For some reason. I don't know why I did that, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. Yeah. Hey, listen. if any of you people listening on the stream know a good guy who can do some felt repair on the billiard table, he got a rip about 3 inches long on the side closest to the dartboard. There's like a 3-inch rip, and I have no idea how it happened, but it makes for a difficult game, I can tell you that much. Hey, oh, I see it's happening again. Oh man, there's a problem. Every time I pick up the phone, I just get this buzzing sound. So what I'll do, I'll try one more time. Thank you for calling Whizzbangs, where the fun never ends and the party's never ending. This is Big speaking. How can I help you?
Hello, this is Carl from the Whizzbangs corporate office.
I find that difficult to believe.
I'm going to need you to go in the back room. There's a breaker panel.
Yeah?
You're going to need to flip all those switches over. We need to reset the computers.
Okay. All right, can you hold on a second? Do you mind holding on the line?
Yeah, sure.
All right, give me a second.
There, fella.
Hold on. I'll be right back. What the hell? All right, how long do I got to leave this off?
You just got pranked.
I see. That's a good prank 'em up. That's good. Very good. Roscoe, go turn the breaker back on for me, will you? Damn it. Son of a bitch. Bastards. That's better. That's better. Thank you. I'll tell you one thing. I will not fall for that one again. It's a good thing I've got battery backups. Yeah, who's the dullard now? Who's the dumb guy now, Mr. Prank Call? Yeah. All right, I'm just about done with this. All right, Mitch, do me a favor. Go ahead and get up on stage. Let's go ahead and test the lights. Tomorrow night at Whizzbangs on the corner of Phillips and Mountain downtown, where the fun never ends and the party's never ending, we're going to be doing a very special midweek karaoke night. So we got to make sure that everything's all set. All right, the spot looks good. Can you see me here? I'm waving at you. All right. Grab the mic. Turn up the mic so I can hear him. I can't hear anything he's saying. There you go. Talking to the mic.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Little hot. Bring down the high end a little bit. Nice. Now, last week, unfortunately, some of the music that we played gave us a copyright violation, and I can't have that happen again. So, I've decided that we're going to do another public domain karaoke night. So, bring down your American Songbook selections to Whizzbangs. We'll be doing some Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Testing. 1, 2.
Yeah, it's still a little hot. No, it's not good. Damn it. My Band-Aid is coming off. Carol. She's busy. All right. Midge, come over here. Just step over it. You'll be okay. Listen, go over to the first aid kit in the kitchen, and I need 4 of the large flexible Band-Aids, and I need one of those little packets of lidocaine. Yeah, the little packets of the antibacterial stuff. I need some of that because man, it is still pussy and it's scabby, but it's still moist, which is weird. It's odd. The blood has coagulated, but it is done so in such a way that it's difficult to move the fingers. I'm gonna have to scrape that off. Could you bring me one of the butter knives over here? I have to scrape this. Oh, damn! Hey, smooth move, X-Lex. Yeah, that's my little joke. Smooth move, X-Lex. You get it? Because of diarrhea. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Yeah. All right. Well, we're just about finished here at Whizzbangs for the evening. So, let me just take a little bit of this. Yeah. Okay, it still hurts. It is still painful, but I am not getting pus all over the place. I'm gonna need a wipe down on the booth here. There is some residue. Yeah, right in this area here. If you get your head down close to the table, you can see the reflection of some of the fluids. Okay. All right, this is not working. I'm going to have to go get a larger Band-Aid. I will be right back. Folks, just bear with me. I'll be right back with you.
Has you really been far, even as decided to use Even Go to look more like? Call 985-655-2500 inside the details for Go Further and Even More decided to use. You can really be far as decided twice as much to use and go wish for it. When you decide far even once to use and go want, then get really far even as decided to use and look more like and go after. It's just common sense. Apply today.
I'm Frank McDonald. I recommend to do not leave kids and pets in your cars, since it can be very dangerous when you leave kids and pets in the cars. I recommend people do not leave kids in your cars. Do not leave pets in the cars. Don't leave them in the cars. Best of luck to you. Take care, stay safe. Thank you very much, I'm Frank McDonald. Stay dry and be safe.
All right. Hey, thanks for calling Whizzbangs, where the fun never ends and the party's never ending. This is Big speaking. How can I help you?
Hello, this is Keith.
Hi, Keith.
Yes. I understand you got a stage?
Yeah.
Yay, that's a wonderful thing to hear, because I'm looking to book me band.
That sounds like English words, but I am not 100% convinced. You're looking to find some bookends? What?
I'm looking to book me band.
Your band? You want to book your band?
Hey, yes.
Yeah, I understand.
You know, the music, the band, yeah.
Yeah, I get you. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of
We
music?
do live music.
What kind of music do you play?
We do sort of, it's an interesting genre. It's a sort of a bluegrass meets classical, meets a punk, meets a little more bluegrass, and then just a little punk rock on top of it.
All right.
We're loud.
Okay. Well, listen. Historically speaking, and I'm not judging your music specifically, but when you mix styles of different types of bluegrass together, what you end up with generally is another kind of bluegrass, which is not really that's not really the mood that we're going for here at Whizzbangs. You understand what I mean?
We could take a listen to the bluegrass out of this. It's paying gigs.
Yeah, if you could take, let's say, two types of the bluegrass out and maybe leave one of them in and mix it in with some of the... Do you have any marching band instruments in your band?
Well, we got the drums.
Yeah, that isn't a marching band. It does check out.
Maybe we could have Aaron just pick one up and sort of walk around and bang it for you if you like.
I'll tell you what. You get yourself a glockenspiel player, and I will consider giving you guys an audition. What do you say? All right. What's the name of your band?
First off, what's the glockenspiel?
That is an interesting name. It sounds counterculture. It sounds edgy. I like that. What's a glockenspiel?
Oh no!
Live at Whizzbangs.
We're rotten thumb. I'm asking you what's a glockenspiel.
It's a kind of xylophone, silly. Who doesn't know what a glockenspiel is? I am starting to doubt your musical credibility.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well,
all right. Well, hey, listen. Why don't you come on down to Whizzbangs during business hours and leave your demo tape? I'll take a listen to it. All right.
Oh, okay. Well, I can always give you a link to my SoundCloud.
No, don't do that. Bring down a cassette tape and I'll take a listen to it.
Cassette tape, he says. Okay, well, we shall make an investment.
Yeah, you do that. Hey, listen, thanks for calling Whizzbangs, where the fun never ends and the party's never ending.
We'll look to help you party. All right.
All right, bye now. All right. Thank you for calling Whizzbangs, where the fun never ends and the party's never ending. This is Big speaking. How can I help you?
Yeah, I noticed that you happened to have injured yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there not like a type of adhesive that you could have used to fix this? Like a super glue, perhaps?
Well, you are making an assumption about my injury, and when you make an assumption, you make an ass out of yourself.
No, I'm not assuming.
Sure you are. That's exactly what you're doing. You're assuming that I have some sort of laceration where it can be closed with cyanoacrylate, and that is not the case. I have got open wounds with missing flesh. That is not. You can't close this up with any kind of chemical suture. That much I know. Believe me, I would have tried it if I could. And it's funny. It's funny you mention adhesives because, well, that's kind of how this happened.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, the skin was ripped off probably by an adhesive then?
Yeah, well, do you subscribe to the podcast called Stick It with Mr. Biggs?
Yes, sir.
Great.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. If you go ahead and check your RSS feed in like a week or two, I think all questions will be answered. It all went down live on podcast on internet, and I don't really want to talk about it right now if it's okay with you.
Okay. All right.
So much pus. There is just so much oozing pus.
All righty, sir. I just had to check with you.
Hey, thanks for your concern. I appreciate it. And thanks for calling.
Not a problem.
Thanks for calling Whizzbangs, where the fun never ends and the party's never ending.
Thank you. Jim Bob out.
All right, bye, Jim Bob. Thank you for calling Whizzbangs, where the fun never ends and the party's never ending. This is Big speaking. How can I help you?
Ma'am?
No.
Ma'am?
No.
Ma'am?
No.
Ma'am?
No.
Ma'am?
I'm not a ma'am. I'm a boy.
Ma'am? Ma'am?
I have a
real man pawns. Ma'am?
No, I have man parts. What do you mean? What does that mean? Why is he asking me about my
Ma'am.
man parts?
Ma'am.
The hell. Goodbye. Thanks for calling. Thank you for calling Whizzbangs, where the fun never ends and the party's never ending. This is Big speaking. How can I help you?
Hi, Mr. Biggs. It's a pleasure to actually speak to you.
Hi. Who's this?
Oh, this is just your friendly neighborhood bee.
Bee.
Like a bumblebee.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Are you one of those cosplayers that I've heard so much about?
Oh, yes, I am actually.
Oh, boy. I get it.
Okay.
You're one of those guys that hang out down by Canyon Park. I've heard about you
got
guys.
Me there.
Yeah.
You got me.
It is so sticky down there. It's very moist.
It is. Speaking of sticky, I am so sorry about your predicament with your open wounds.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I actually suffered a similar fate myself. I was
Did you?
working on my cosplays with a hot glue gun, and I spilt some all over my fingers. It was so bad. I actually lost skin on my fingers.
How does... Wait,
awful.
Stop talking for a second, crazy degenerate on the phone. Stop talking. How do you spill hot glue? Did you have one of those hot pots? Or were you using a hot glue gun?
I was using a glue gun, and I filled a crevice on one of these props I was building.
Yeah.
It just spilled out all over to my fingers.
Yeah.
It was quite painful.
That
then
is...
the pain just, stopped. And it was like, okay, it's not that bad. I'll just take the glue off. And then next thing I know, skin's gone.
Yeah. Then you've got exposed...
Oh.
You got exposed dermis that you have to deal with at that point.
Oh, yes, I did. It was very unpleasant. Had to sanitize it. Quite painful.
Listen, I don't want to say too much, but I do understand what you're going through. I have been there. I've had hot glue gun accidents in the past, and I probably will have several more in the future. And at this
Same
point,
here, and I really appreciate it. I feel like we have a solidarity together, knowing that we have these incidents.
All right, crazy, creepy guy. If you go to CVS or Walgreens, in the first aid section, they have this thing called liquid bandage. It's like it's a liquid. It's a sterile latex that you can paint over the area where the skin is
I got
missing.
latex of my own. It's I got a whole thing of liquid latex.
Now,
I can just use that.
do not use your crafting latex that you use for your GIMP outfit. Do not use that stuff. That is toxic. I want you to use the sterile stuff that you get at the Walgreens. Liquid bandage. Look it up.
I mean, it can't be that bad. I eat it sometimes, when I get, a little hungry. But okay, I'll do what you say. All right.
Thanks for calling, Whizzbangs.
Oh, well, thanks for answering.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
All right, bye. What the hell, man? Hey, Roscoe, do you get calls like this all day long? Or is it just after hours that things get all weird? I'm just going to let this one ring a while. Hopefully they'll just hang up and go about their business. I'm going to have some more scotch. Yeah, scotch. What the hell? Thanks for calling Whizzbangs, where the fun never ends and the party's never ending. This is Big speaking. How can I help you?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Ma'am?
Hello?
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
No.
Ma'am?
I'm a boy. I'm a human adult boy. Why does he keep calling me ma'am? I don't have a vagina. Why would he do that? I got a gut feeling that was meant to be an insult. I don't care for that, not one bit. Thanks for calling Whizzbangs, where the fun never ends and the party's never ending. This is Big speaking. How can I help you?
Biggs, I'm calling about seizing the means of production and instituting a dictatorship of the proletariat. You're gonna help me out with that?
I'm intrigued. I don't understand what role I would play in such a scheme as yours. Please explain.
Rabble rousing.
Yeah.
Rouse the rabble.
Yeah.
And get them to rebel against their corporate masters. You don't have to put up with their stealing your hard-earned labor anymore. They're extracting the value of your labor for far less than it's worth, and then they're selling it for their profit. Ruining your life.
You are making an important assumption that I want to get rid of that construct of society, and I got.
Oh, you some bourgeoisie fat cat with your helicopters and your yachts? Is that what you are?
Well, I don't have a yacht. I mean, I wish I did, but I do benefit.
You wish you did? You think you're better than me, bruh?
Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty sure I am. I'm pretty sure I'm a lot better than you. What kind of car do you drive, Charlie?
That's how you value worth?
No, it's just a single.
Worth of human beings
It is hey, listen, it is a single data point that will help me explain my point. So please answer the question. What's your mode of transportation? Do you have one of them electric scooters? Is that how you
Your mother's vagina. It's like a warehouse in there.
Huh. You drive around in your mother's vagina.
No. Yours. Your mother's vagina. Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
I won't have it. Will not have it. We're taking a break. Fade to black. We're taking a break.
Attention women, if you or a loved one sustained injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, blood clots, bladder mesh, any form of internal bleeding or stroke, pelvic sling, or popular prescription bladder sling, you may be entitled to prescription internal bleeding and even death. The FDA issued a popular bleeding event to doctors and patients concerning injuries caused by transvaginal strokes and bladder clots. Please call now. If you or a loved one has had one of these devices implanted, you may be entitled to 24 serious strokes. Time is limited. If you or a loved one's life has been affected from any form of internal bleeding or stroke after taking prescription transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bleeding event, you may be entitled to a transvaginal sling. Call 800-205-PRESCRIPTION-DEATH now. Our toll-free phone lines are open. Call 800-205-PRESCRIPTION-DEATH. That's 800-4121. Prescription-DEATH. Again, 800-DEATH. 205-41. Popular prescription-DEATH.
Weather promos can be scary things. Lots of thunder and lightning and such. But when storms come, you don't want fear. You want experience.
I'm Frankie McDowell, and I am doing a great job doing my weather reports. I keep everybody up to date. I have done a great job. I am doing well. Tens of thousands of fans out there, and I'm keeping my fans happy. And I always do a great job. Every time when I do my weather report, I don't just do my weather reports, I do my dancing as well. Especially my weather reports, I will do a great job in my weather reports. I will keep up the great work. And I will continue to do my weather reports. I always do a great job.
Tracking the weather every day, every hour, every second.
And I'm doing a great job. And I'm Frankie McDowell.
Home Voice in the Storm, covering your hometown weather.
I am doing a great job keeping my fans up to date. I warn people, and if it's a big blizzard headed your way, like blizzards, hurricanes, severe thunderstorms, heat waves, ice storms, and other winter storms as well, whiteout conditions, blowing snow, stuff like that, I always do a great job. I will keep up the great work.
You don't just get the official Weather Bureau forecast, you get years of personal experience.
I'm doing a great job. And I took care of a lot of people. I always keep people safe. Severe thunderstorms, heat waves, big rainstorms, and powerful storms like hurricane force winds, hurricanes, tropical storms, and other things like that. I will continue to do a great job.
Really doing a great job.
Always alerting, always tracking.
I am going to do a great job. All of my weather reports. typhoons, hurricanes, cyclones, and stuff like that.
For weather news you can trust.
Best luck, yeah. I'm Frankie McDonald. Take care. I will continue doing my weather reports. Be safe.
You know, one time, a long time ago, I was working at a local radio station. I did a radio show called Ask Mr. Biggs. And one day after we were done with the show, we had just finished doing a live show. And I went out, was going to leave for the day, and I realized that I had forgotten my jacket because it was very cold out. So I walk back into the radio station, and I walk into the common area over to where the studio was. And even though the show was already over, Roger, my co-host, he's the guy who does the Stick It podcast with me. Roger was still in the studio, even though the show, it had been over for like 20 minutes at that point. And he was taking calls. Not on the air. Mind you, it was off the air. There were still people calling for the show that was over, and Roger was still sitting in the studio taking phone calls from people, apologizing to them that Mr. Biggs was gone, and listening to them talk at length. And I asked him, "Hey, Roger, where's my jacket?" But he was taking calls. That was weird. I don't understand why he would just sit there after the show and continue to take calls when he didn't need to. And then it hit me. It hit me during that last commercial. I don't understand why I am sitting here taking calls on the payphone at Whizzbangs. I could be home right now watching Netflix. I could be. But no. I'm sitting here at Whizzbangs after hours, watching dirty soap water dry on the floor, listening to the payphone ring, drinking well scotch. Yeah, what the hell? Might as well. Thanks for calling Whizzbangs, where the fun never ends and the parties...
Hello?
Let me finish.
Hello?
Let me finish.
Oh, go ahead.
And the party's never ending. This is Big speaking. How can I help you?
This is Edgar. I was in there this evening with a woman. It was not my sister, and she left with another man.
That is a pickle. That is difficult.
Can I get a refund?
You're expecting a refund on your purchase here at Whizzbangs because you didn't...
On the drinks and the things that I bought for this woman, who was not my sister.
What was on your tab? What did you buy? Maybe that's the problem.
2 Whizzbangers. There was some type of clam juice involved, I think.
Well, yeah, that's it. That's in the Whizzbanger. That's included in the cost of the drink, dummy.
Well, that's what I want the refund for.
Oh, you want a refund for the clam juice?
Yes.
Well, I got news for you, Charlie.
No, for the Whizzbangers. I bought 2 Whizzbangers for this woman. She left with another man.
Did she drink the Whizzbanger?
No, I had both of them.
All right, well, then there's no refunds then. Come on, dummy.
Well, go to hell. Go to hell!
You know what? You're right. I think I will go to hell. I think I'm going to go straight to hell. I think I'm done. I'm done for the night. This is ridiculous. I've about had it. Hey, Roscoe, do me a favor. Will you shut off the lights on your way out? Because I'm done. And answer the phone, will you? Payphone's ringing. Whizzbangs!
Hey!
Hey!
Hey, is this Grizzlebees?
No, it's Whizzbangs where the fun never ends and the party's never ending.
Do you have poppers? Etch wants poppers.
You talking about the boiled cabbage poppers?
Jalapeno poppers.
Yeah, we're closed. We're closed. It's
open till 2.
It's closing time at Whizzbangs.
Where am I going to get my Whizzbangers?
Come back tomorrow.
Dumpster I can dig through?
Come back tomorrow.